60 grants ranging from $2,000 to $60,000 just opened up. This is the Barclays Small Business Big Wins grants. This is one of the most anticipated grants of the year. I'll tell you when it's due and how to quickly apply to win one of these 60 grants. There's one question you need to answer. And the scoring criteria is very transparent. I'll tell you how you can get ahead of 95% of all applicants and substantially increase your odds of winning one of these grants. Last year, this was one of the most popular grants on Skip. I'll keep today's video short. Thanks so much for tuning in and subscribing if you're new, turning on alerts so you never miss out on any grant or funding opportunities. There are dozens of grants and funding opportunities available on the Skip website and app. All the links are below, including to this new grant. Also, an important clarification at the end of this video based on some details in the rules that you should know about. I've clarified those. Here it is. Share your story for a chance to win $60,000. There are some changes this year from last year, so be sure to pay attention. Plus, you can see details, get insights, see this application question, and read reviews directly on Skip. This is the 4th annual Small Business Big Wins Grant Program. You must be a US-based small business, a for-profit, less than $5 million in annual revenue, less than 100 employees. So if you meet that criteria, all you need to do is answer one question, a story about your business. I'll tell you what needs to be in that story specifically, and a photo of your business. You know, last year in the Skip community, we had a couple people shortlisted for the grand prize of $60,000. Applications are due March 4th. You can see the countdown timer right here on the Barclays website. I highly encourage you to apply early. One of the biggest trends we see with all grants we cover here on Skip is that there's so much energy and interest in grants, but many people forget to apply. You can see some of the past winners here and get tips on how to write an effective story. Before I talk about how grant winners will be selected, I want to mention two things. First, the total number of prizes. There's one grand prize of $60,000 cash, one second place prize of $40,000, a third place prize of $20,000, 7 runner-up prizes of $5,000. The total value of those 10 contest prizes is $155,000. Then there's 50 sweepstakes prizes. So if you don't make the top 10, and by the way, just like last year, there's a public voting period. But if you're not in that top 10, there'll be $52,000 cash grants. Those winners will be picked randomly like a sweepstakes. The second tip is how to get started on your 500-word story. Use AI. And about this AI usage and how to use it both effectively and appropriately when applying for this grant, I'm going to talk about in a few seconds. Incredibly important so you're not disqualified for these grants. On the Skip dashboard, click Write with AI. You can read the question that Barclays is asking you to answer in 500 words or less. Explain how your business is adjusting to the current economy. Demonstrate your perseverance, creativity, and passion for your business. How do your business products or services impact others and/or the community? Now, if you've applied for other grants on Skip, you may want to go to your grants vault and pull in some of those questions, paste them here. For those 3 points, if you're going to start by using AI, it's best to restate the question being asked, such as our business is adapting to the current economy by, our team demonstrates perseverance, creativity, and passion by, and our product or service does this positive impact for the community. Write that out, then click Generate Draft, and you'll get an initial AI answer that is a great starting point. In this case, it might be 50 or 60% of your story. Because the story here for these Barclays grants is so important, I highly encourage you to spend a few iterations going through this AI draft before submitting on the Barclays website. In this case, it says my answer is strong and gives me some tips to improve the answer. I'm going to save it for now, but to end with, I want to give you the final judging tips. Exactly how Barclays will score your story. You can keep this in mind when writing your story. Plus, if you write your draft answer on Skip in about a week's time, we are going to allow you to request a mock evaluation score on your story. The Barclays judging criteria scores your story out of 70 points. So we're training our AI to think like the Barclays evaluators and give you a score. Is it a 30 out of 70, 40 out of 70, or a 60 plus out of 70? So when you apply, you can have some confidence that you're putting your best grant application forward. Here are the 4 judging criteria: appropriateness to theme in responding to all the questions, demonstration of energy, enthusiasm, creativity, and passion for small businesses. That's my favorite one. Keep that one in mind. In other words, be authentic and show your creativity, energy, and enthusiasm. That will come across in the story. Imagine the evaluators reading thousands and thousands and thousands of applications. How will yours stand out? Also, 20% of your total score is your positive impact and or inspiration to other small business owners and or the community. And 10% is a clear expression of your experience. So that's a total of 70 points. So as you're drafting, writing, proofreading your story, keep it authentic and keep those 4 points in mind. And by the way, if you want to share this with others, again, there's 60 grants here. There's a lot to go around. 10 grants are being judged on how you answer this one question, and 50 grants are basically a sweepstakes, those $2,000 grants, random drawing. So if you know people, feel free to click the share link here and tell others to apply for this. Again, this is one of the most highly anticipated grants of 2024. So before we end, a note on using AI. In the official rules, it says this: story must not be generated by artificial intelligence or any computer software. There's an important reason for saying that. It does not mean you can't use any aids at all to help you become a better writer. Barclays does not want thousands and thousands of AI-generated stories flooding their system, especially because on their application, there are no security measures preventing someone from creating a bot that just submits and submits and submits. So they want to prevent that. If you decide to use AI to help you draft your answer, again, it's completely optional on Skip. I already said it. Please only use that as inspiration and a starting point. Take the time to reread it and rewrite in your own words. It's not difficult to do. In fact, it will only make your story stronger because it will be your voice. I've said it before. AI takes out the unique voice behind lots of folks. And if you want a real person to give you feedback on your story before submitting, you can always book a one-on-one call with someone on the Skip team. The long and the short, with all these tools that exist, we hope you will be able to create your strongest story ever to win one of these 60 grants from Barclays. Let me know in the comments if you end up applying. And to get insights and more information on applying effectively, use the link in the description. Most importantly, stay well, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.